So did your grades increase in school?
I went from having normal grades,
Yeah.
and this was my freshman year, beginning of my freshman year, to being honor student. I all of a sudden was in the top. I still had struggles and obstacles to
How
get
did you
there.
get over all this bullying? And
It had escalated to such a point that then, and my family wanted me to go to a different school.
Right.
And I actually was like, no, they need to be confronted. And I ended up confronting all of them, and they had to apologize. Not that it really meant anything from most of them. They didn't have the consciousness
but you
to
did
really
confront them.
Yeah, I did confront them, and they had to pay money for the vandalism they did to my parents' house. And I said in a couple classes what happened to me. And after that, just the rumors stopped. I think people just knew like it went too far.
Okay. Well, that's powerful right there. Knowing that if you stick up for yourself, you could shift what happens to you.
But I think I had to internally shift. And
Yes.
I think the beauty of it, too, was after that point, no one was ever going to mess with me again.
And it hasn't happened.
No.
No.
I wouldn't want somebody to try to
Yes.
but
if someone did, now you know how to handle
well,
it.
and
You're
I
not,
obviously have a different tool set. I'm a grown woman.
And you're not
I know how to
walking around
communicate.
as a victim or anything.
Not
Yes.
a victim,
Yes.
and it's just
Yes.
learning and growing and figuring out who you are. And when I was
But for
younger,
someone who is 14 today, if they're watching this, or if someone has kids that age, what would you tell them?
well, I think and this is what I wish I would have understood is and I briefly mentioned it. It's like people who are hurting hurt others. So if you have compassion for like, wow, you may be abused at home. You may be hurting for whatever reason. You may be so desperate to be liked that you're willing to be a sheep. You're willing to, make up rumors to make yourself feel better. That is a lack of self-confidence. Mm-hmm. And I wish had I known and maybe had better guidance, had someone said, they're probably jealous, or you're different, or you're unique, and they're looking for a reason to put you down to make themselves feel better. And that is, it's a hierarchy within our culture. Let's put other people down, and I'm suddenly important. It's a huge hierarchy within Hollywood. I'm so important, I'm going to treat you like shit.
Absolutely. Especially in this town.
Especially.
Oh, what do you have? Oh, you have this show. Oh, I have that show. It's
Who are you? What are you doing at this moment?
You're still.
You're only relevant if it's really important right now. Yes. But it's that. So for kids, what I would say is that it will pass. You have to, and for parents, I would say you have to teach tools to help them get out of their spin.
Yes.
Help them
Exactly
learn how to
what it is.
meditate.
Yes.
Help them learn how to appreciate what is working.
Yeah, and create a new story.
Create a new story.
I'm bullied. I'm not liked.
What's wrong with me?
Yes.
Yeah, and that was a story I had for what's wrong with me? What's wrong? And it wasn't until later that's like, no, there's nothing wrong with me. I was who I am, and that's beautiful and wonderful. And those people were being
something
sheep.
was wrong with them that they needed to find someone to pick on to raise themselves.
To make themselves feel better. And, looking back, it was the biggest blessing. The biggest blessing. Because it gave me a strength and a desire and a hunger for so much more. And it made me see and have so much more compassion for people who are legitimately, coming out and the hardship of that, for people who have been bullied, for people who, even on that side, that are too shy or scared to speak up because when someone else is being aggressive or nasty, because they don't want that energy coming to them.
Yes.
And it did create, like you said, why are you kind? It's like, well, I have compassion.
Yes.
And understanding. I don't necessarily, that doesn't excuse certain behavior.
Of course, but
there is an understanding, and then
yes.
it's like, obviously there's a lack of knowledge.
Yes, and you want to help generate more of that, more conscious behavior and
much
compassion.
more conscious behavior.
Yes.
And I think as adults, that, like what you said with my women's group, my nonprofit, it's all about creating more consciousness to help yourself and help others, pull yourself up by your bootstraps when times get tough, and to keep persevering, and to be a good person, and to give back, and to be an example of what we all really know is an example we want to be living.